Receiving schools, here is a reference for today's lesson. The strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.
Good morning, 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers.
Good morning, Miss Irma.
Thank you. Sit down. All right, 8Cs and receiving students. The activity which I gave you in our previous lesson, where you were to draw a flow chart of a trading relationship with other countries. So I gave you an example. I gave you an example of how we trade with other countries, okay, in terms of our products, our goods. So like one example, okay, we, all right, apple, let's say an apple tree, okay, from Australia or New Zealand, all right, the apples, okay, are picked from the trees and then it's transported by air, okay, by air to Papua New Guinea, right? Papua New Guinea, and then it's sold in the shops, okay, in which consumers we buy from the shops apples, okay. So from Australia overseas to our country, Papua New Guinea, all right. So you were to draw a flow chart, okay, of any type of, okay, to show, at least show a trading relationship with other countries. Okay, quickly, can I have a volunteer, please? We'll have a volunteer to just come up to the board. Okay, come to the board and draw your flow chart, okay, or your diagram of your flow chart on the board. Okay, receiving students, please, can you go up to the board, okay, and give an example of how we have the trading relationship, okay, with other countries. So like what I've given you already, an example. Okay, can we have someone, please? Okay, I'll just give you 2 minutes. Okay, if you cannot draw, then you don't have to draw the actual thing, but just put it up here on the board, the flow chart. Okay. Okay, let's have Nakawas, thank you. Receiving students, please go up to the board and you draw your chart, your flow chart. Or your diagram of. You others, please. While we're waiting for Nakawas, anyone else to go up on the other side? Okay, Eunice. Okay, Stephen. Okay, you others, can you check your work? Okay, good. Sandra. Yeah, okay. Just have a look at each of these and just check. You agree with, if you agree or you disagree, receiving students. All right. So your flow chart, okay, trading relationship with other countries, like our country and other countries. Okay, orange from where? Australia. Okay, it is transported, okay, into our country by plane and then into the shops. I mean, we sell oranges. Okay, we import oranges from Australia. Maybe New Zealand too. Fresh fish from PNG, okay, shipped to Japan, factories where they process or they make, okay, the product tin fish, and then shipped again back to our country, Papua New Guinea, and we sell it in the shops and we buy ourselves. So you find that we don't manufacture these, our raw materials. We ship them out, or we export. We export them and they to the other overseas countries, and from there, okay, they manufacture those goods and they send back, all right, to our country. Okay, Japan, Australia, cars. Okay, cars being shipped to Papua New Guinea, Boroko Motors, PNG, buyer or user. Okay, we buy the cars. Yep. PNG Cocoa, timber, German user. What's it? Sandra? Timber, okay, shipped. What is this, German user? Can someone explain this, please? Timber, ships, hardware shops, German user. Can someone just explain clearly on this one? Okay, receiving students, listen.
The timber in Papua New Guinea is shipped to Germany to the hardware stores, hardware shops,
Okay.
and the hardware shops sell it to the German
Okay.
user.
Thank you. It's better. Okay, 8Cs and receiving students. History of trade in PNG, okay, quickly. Receiving students, history of trade in PNG. Now, before the Europeans came, okay, they came to Papua New Guinea, there was a lot of trade taking place, okay? And trade taking place between our people, all right? So when they came into our country, they found out that our people were participating in this trade system. Okay, let's move on. Okay, history of trade in PNG. Okay, I have a form of, this note says in a form of an exercise where you have to fill in blanks, all right? Okay, receiving students, you're going to fill in these blanks here. There are 3 blank spaces in which you have to fill in. Okay, so quickly, can you write this quickly into your exercise book, and you also fill in the spaces. Okay, because we are looking at history of trade, right, in the past, which people traded with each other. Okay, we have one type of trade, the Hiri trade. Okay, this is a well-known expedition in which in the past people traded this Hiri trade. Okay, so you fill in your blank spaces. Yes? Okay, let's correct the. Let's go through those blank spaces there. Okay, receiving students. Those three blank spaces. Okay, the Hiri trade. Can we have someone, please? Okay, Eunice. Eunice, yeah, you'll read that.
When the first Europeans came to Papua New Guinea, they found a lot of trading taking place. There was the Hiri trade where the Motuan people were making sea trips to the Gulf province trading clay pots for sago.
Okay, very good. Okay, where the Hiri trade was the Motuan, okay, people trading with the Gulf people. For, the Motuans giving clay pots, okay, to the Gulf people, and the Gulf people giving sago, all right? So they were sort of exchanging clay pots for sago. Because the Gulf people, okay, they didn't have any clay pots, they didn't make any clay pots. They had sago, so they had to give to the Motuans. Okay, you clear with that? On the Hiri trade, okay. Now the next trade, okay, does anyone know what the other trade was called? Kula trade, okay, the Kula trade. Oops. Okay, in the something province, there was Kula trade. Okay, special white shell armbands and red necklaces were exchanged, and there were gifts of food. So in what province was the Kula trade taking place in? Receiving students, please fill in that blank space. History of trade in PNG. Trade. Okay, you finished? Yes. We'll have someone to read it out, please. Okay, we'll have Paulus.
In the Milne Bay province, there were Kula trade. Special white shell armbands and red necklaces were exchanged, and there were gifts of food.
Okay, so in the Milne Bay province, right? In the Milne Bay province, they took part in this Kula trade where Okay, special necklaces, armband, white shell armbands, and red necklaces were exchanged between themselves with gifts of food. Okay. So we have the Hiri trade between Motuans and the Gulf people, Kula trade in the Milne Bay province. Okay, what about in the highlands? Okay, the highlands, they traded with, who did they trade with? The highlands people. The coastal, Okay, they traded with the coastal people. What did they want from the coastal people? Okay, quickly fill in these blank spaces, receiving students. Okay. Receiving students, those blank spaces, 2 blank spaces. All right, let's have someone please. In the Highlands province, okay, hey, you finished? Yes? Come on, there are only 2 blank spaces there. Only 2 simple answers. What did the Highlands people, what did they trade with the coastal people? Okay, the Highlands people, they had pigs, feathers. What else did they have? And what did they want from the coastal people? There was one main item or one main good that they wanted from the coastal people for cooking. Okay, they traded pigs. What else did they trade? Stone axe. Stone axes, very good. Pigs, stone axes, and feathers for okay, they wanted this product or this good for cooking. No, not clay pots. From the coast, near the sea. No. Salt. Okay. Donovan. Okay, so maybe okay, salt and fish, yeah, but the main good was salt. They needed salt to cook with. Okay, salt from the coastal people. Okay, you finish 8Cs? Yes. Okay, so far the what? Hiri trade, Kula trade, okay, the highlands. Okay, another type of trade was the Siasi trade, okay? Siasi trade. Okay, who can tell me what they traded with the inland people from the Momase region? Okay, you don't have to copy this one down, 8Cs and receiving students. Let's just go through this. Okay, class, can you read please the people?
The people in the Siasi Islands were good at making up special dances for ceremonies. Their dances were traded along the north coast of PNG as far as the Pacific villages.
Okay, so they traded their special dances for ceremonies with the Sipics, okay, or the north coast of PNG. What did they trade? I mean, what did they want from those people? Okay, say go from the Sipic, what? Buai. Okay, betel nut, sorry. What else? Or fish. Yes, fish. Okay. Crocodile skin. Okay. Okay, what type of lifestyle did our people live in the past when trading? What type of lifestyle did our people live in the past when trading with each other? Okay, receiving students, please answer these questions down quickly into your exercise books. What type of lifestyle did they live in the past when trading with each other? Okay, the next question, what is trade without money, okay, called? And the next question, why did the Gulf people exchange clay pots with the Motuans for sago? Okay, so receiving students, just answer these 3 questions into your exercise books.
sago and clay pots there. Why did the Gulf people exchange sago with the Motans for clay pots?
Why did the Gulf
Exchange.
Why did the Gulf people exchange sago with the Motuans for clay pots? Now. Okay, receiving students, just a correction there. Why did the Gulf people exchange sago with the Motuans for clay pots? Okay, can we correct our answers now? All right. Okay, someone to answer question number 1, please. What type of lifestyle did our people live in the past? Okay, can we have someone, please? Or let's have a male, please, to give us the answer. Okay, Netizen. Receiving students, please, you give your answers out now. The answer, for the first question.
They live the traditional lifestyle.
Okay, thank you, Netizen. You others have any other answers? A traditional lifestyle, Paulus?
Subsistence living lifestyle.
Okay, or traditional lifestyle or a subsistence way of living, because they had to, okay, grow their own crops, all right, to trade with the others. So you can say they live the traditional lifestyle or a subsistence way of living. Okay, good. Next question. Trade without money called. What is trade without money called? Now most of our people, they didn't trade with money. Okay, they traded with goods, goods for other goods, or they exchanged goods for other goods. Okay. One from this row here, this group, please. Priscilla. Thank you.
Barter system.
Okay, receiving students, you agree with Priscilla? Yes, barter system, okay, barter. Barter system, the system of trade without money. Okay, that was in the past, right? But now we trade with money, right? Okay. Okay, the last question, please. Andy, the last question. Okay, why did they exchange? Why did the Gulf people exchange their sago with the Motuans for clay pots? Okay, you others listen very carefully to Andy.
Because they couldn't make their own clay pots.
Okay. Teddy, did you hear what Andy said? Okay, Andy said because, all right, the Gulf people, okay, Gulf people, they didn't make any clay pots. So they needed clay pots to cook with. So that's why they had to get clay pots from the Motuans. And Motuans, they needed sago because in the central province too, okay, there was a drought and they needed sago, okay, in order to keep them going. All right, so that's why they traded the clay pots and for sago. Okay, 8Cs and receiving students. That's the end of our lesson on the history of trade in Papua New Guinea. So we had the Hiri trade, cooler trade, okay, Highlands, the CSC with the North Coast people. Okay. All right, and our keyword for today is history. Okay, good morning 8Cs, receiving students and teachers, and thank you for listening.
You're welcome, Miss Eva, and thank you for your lesson.
Teachers, here is your reference for the next lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, the topic, materials, and your reference.